I have another short action customs piece to look at. I don't get any compensation for this. Just being able to guide you to the best equipment out there makes it worth doing. Today I'm going to bring you the short action customs modular sizing die. As usual, I have owned other types and other brands of sizing dies. This die is more expensive, yes, but it is modular, meaning you can change out the shoulder, neck bushings, the expander mandrels, the primer knockout mandrels with the same die. So stick with me and learn about this extraordinary piece of equipment. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications, and leave me a like. Maybe even buy me a coffee below. Okay, what I want to show first is disassembling and assembling the die and telling you what the parts are. So to disassemble the die, you would take your top cap, simply take it off, set your die aside. Then you have to take this part, which is called the taper adapter, off. Sometimes it'll get stuck on there after you tighten it down, and all you would do is just take a screwdriver and wedge it between there. It's no biggie. Let's put that aside. Then you're going to pull out either your decapping pin. These are all caliber specific. You can get a regular decapping pin, or like I ordered an expander mandrel. And as you'll see, there's shims on the top, and I'm going to explain why those are there. So you can get either an expander mandrel, an expander mandrel with a decapping pin, or just a decapping pin. Let's put that aside. Then you have your ER11 collet. And you will see there's a little notch on here to insert and take it out. Just with your thumb, just put it down and insert it back in like that. So that's your ER11. And of course, here's your cap. And then here's the die body itself. I'm using a BR die body for my 6BR. And I've got a short action customs solo lock ring on it, but it comes with a regular lock ring. So those are the parts. Now, to assemble it back together, and there are other shims. It comes with a bag of shims. 25,000 shims and 1,000 shims. And you'll need these if you're using an expander mandrel in order to set that right. And I'm going to show you that now. So you would take your cap and where your little notch is, insert your ER11 collet back in. Take your expander mandrel or decapping pin or combo one, whatever you use, put that in. Then take your taper adapter and put that up on there. Okay? Oh, and I forgot to tell you one other part that's in here, most important, is your shoulder neck bushing. Now, these are unique to short action customs because inside here, that's why they call this a shoulder neck bushing, but inside here you can see this is beveled. This is where the shoulder of your case would go in, and this is what keeps the perfect concentricity. And down farther in is your neck part for sizing your neck. So once you've got this back together, you take your die body and you drop in your shoulder neck bushing. You take this assembly and you turn it down in. Now let me show you about that. The reason you use these shims with your mandrel is so that when your case is coming out, let me put this bushing back on there. When your case is coming out, it hands off. When it's done sizing the neck, it hands off to the expander mandrel at the same time. So that's why you use your spacers. If I was up here, I'd be too high. If I didn't have spacers, I'd be too low. So that's the idea of the spacers. So we'll put this back together. We'll put our shoulder neck bushing in there and tighten her down. And that's how that part works. Then I would put it in my die and I would tighten it to 30 inch-pounds. Now I want to explain that my lubing process has changed. I do not use Neo-Lube number 2 to lube necks anymore. I now use the same Imperial sizing wax and apply it the same way I did with the Neo-Lube. Just apply a very small amount to the foam Q-tip as before and run around the inside of the neck. Replenishing the Q-tip is needed. This is done before lubing the actual cases. Then I brush the necks after sizing and wipe the outside of the cases off. I find this better and will always share a better way or procedure if I find one. I even created a new page on my website, hitthexreloads.com/changes from YouTube videos. Please check this once in a while as I want to keep you informed of anything new or any changes. Thanks. This is just a little tip. As you'll remember, way back in the development series, we did fire forming, we did bullet seating depth, and we did powder tests. Afterwards, I took that brass, and I hope you did, and separated it into a bag or a box or something like that. But now, in this video, I'm going to show you sizing the primer depth brass. So I wanted to process all of it together. What I use is my Dremel tool with this little skinny abrasive tool on it. And I took that, and on my powder test brass, I cut a little notch. And you can see that notch right here. You see it? You don't go too deep. Just enough to mark it. It won't hurt anything. And now I know that this is my powder test brass. And now I can tumble them and clean them, and I know which is which between the seating depth and the powder test brass. Since I changed my neck lubing procedure, I'm going to show you here how I do it. I used to use the Neo-Lube number 2, but I'm not using that anymore. What I am using is the same Imperial sizing wax. This is the same procedure doing it, it's just a different lube. So I take some, I dab it on my finger a couple of times, rub it deep into the brush, take my case, run it around, run it around, run it around, run it around. Then after 5 or so, I'll take a little more, replenish it, and get back to running it around. So that's it. I'm just basically using a different lube. Same procedure though. I guess I might as well review lubing the cases as well. We're using Imperial sizing wax. You want to have some nitrile gloves on, that's for sure. So I put a dab like this on my fingertip. I put it on the other glove. Then I rub the gloves together. Now you see I got a nice coating of it on my gloves. Nice and shiny. And I'm gonna work this into the brass. and that's that. So we're done and ready to go with sizing. Now we're going to get to sizing. And my target is 1.0685 to 1.0690. I know that's only 5/10,000ths of an inch, but that's where this machine always puts me. So let's hope I didn't do anything to this die by disassembling it and showing it to you, but that shouldn't have done anything because I disassemble it and clean it after every use. Let's wipe her down. Check her out. Well, what do you know? 1.0690. So let's run off a few. Yeah, I usually don't have to check this, but there you go. And that's how it'll be for the rest of the brass. Hey, let me get in gear here. I like to pick one up, hold it in my fingers. Here's one thing you want to make sure. Sometimes the lube, even though there's a very slight amount on there, when you're putting a shell in, it might stick to your thumb as you pull out. See how they did that? Now, if I was to take this down, I'd be hitting the top of the neck like I did on that one there. So I always make sure it's back in there all the way. A good way of doing it is put it in and wipe your thumb off of it. Don't pull away from it. Wipe your thumb off of it. Now we're going to clean them with these microfiber gloves I ordered off of Amazon. They work good and they're actually faster because we're not trying to hypoenergenic these things. Just wipe them down. This is the fastest and best way I found of doing it. I thought the rag was better than these gloves, then I played around with it a little and found out this was great. Now you see your gloves, they'll start getting stuff on them here. When they get too much, you can switch hands and you'll be on the other side. I only got, what do I got here? 41 cases. So that's it. It's nice and fast. Finally found a good way of doing this because I really did dread cleaning these one by one with a rag. All right, now that these are all done, I will continue prepping these for another seating depth test. And if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please subscribe and hit the bell for all notifications. Leave a like, and hey, maybe even buy me a coffee for $3 measly. Thank you.